Parts of the Philippines are due to start easing lockdown restrictions this week, but the country now faces a new challenge. Tens of thousands of people have been evacuated with Typhoon Vongfong forecast to approach the country's most populous island, Luzon, after making landfall in the province of Eastern Samar on Thursday. I spoke with our correspondent, Howard Johnson.
Well, yesterday meteorologists were concerned about this one. They said it was a grade 3 hurricane on the US scale. Now it's dropped to a grade 1 in the last 12 hours. So it's weakened, but it still has strong winds and it's dumping rain across the country. We've seen images on social media of roofs ripped off houses. We've seen trees scattered along streets. And there is concern that there could be flooding and landslides as a result of this. But as you can see behind me, people here are quite relaxed as it approaches Luzon. This country receives around 20 typhoons every year, 20 storms every year rather. And at the moment, this is the first one. And what is interesting about this one is it's the first to hit the country during the COVID-19 pandemic.
Yeah, and just want to pick you up on exactly that, Howard. How do these two things play into each other?
Well, of course, it's very difficult to social distance when you're in an evacuation centre. So what the authorities are saying is that before you go into one, you better have your temperature checked. They're handing out face masks. And what they're also doing is appealing to schools and churches to open up their spaces so that there isn't as many people crowded into these evacuation centres as there normally are. So they're trying to disperse the crowds into different areas. And also what we've seen here in the Bay of Manila is cruise ships coming to repatriate Filipino crew now that there are no cruise ships operating at the moment because of the pandemic. And we've seen that many of those cruise ships, around 20 earlier on this week, have now gone out to sea because they're concerned that when this storm hits Manila in the next 4 hours, and you can see the rain beginning here, it could cause those ships to clash into one another if they're tightly packed in the bay. So many of them have moved out to sea. Obviously, this is a big concern for the authorities given these coronavirus concerns as well. The lockdown here in Manila has been extended till the end of May.
More than 200,000 people are being evacuated from their homes in coastal and mountainous areas of the eastern Philippines after the first typhoon to hit the country this year reached land. The typhoon slammed into the east of the region with winds of up to 155 kilometers or 96 miles per hour, sparking fears of flooding and landslides.